Hello and welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and April has come along on Pallegney, and we're heading down to the shop. We need some fertilizer. I don't think we actually have any fertilizer in storage at the moment. Most of our fields needs some sort of fertilizing. There's also a really good offer down on the shop for something, so we want to look into getting that today as well. It's going to be a fairly busy day. I don't know if we're going to manage to get everything done in the first day of April here, or whether we're going to head into a second day, but certainly we have a fair amount to get done now in April. So we're going to bring this over here, and we need to load up with some stuff. Let's bring that there. We're going to be spending a fair amount of money here this morning. What we need to do today on our farm is fertilize fields 31 and 103, 32, 88. 88 will need doing, and you can see with our field over here, our vines are sort of very messy, so we're going to have to do them at some point. But yeah, these are the two that really need doing. If I look at the amount of growth, I'm hoping that I can drive on these two with the spreader, because otherwise this gets a little bit messy and that spreader really becomes useless to us. So yeah, we've got that. We've also only got seed bed over on 88, so we probably actually need to get this field seeded as well. Being in April, we want to get sorghum into there, and yes, so we want to be seeding today. There's a lot of stuff for us to be doing today on the farm. We need to pop in here, and the first thing I want to look at is in the sales, and it's this. There's a TK480 methane-powered New Holland in here. This would be perfect for us for our vines. So I'd quite like to get that. I think I'm going to put a front weight on it, which would cost an extra 400. But for 33,816, I think this would be a cracking little tractor. So I am going to buy this. It is going to hit us hard on the money straight off the bat. So yes, we want to purchase that. Perfect. The other thing we need to purchase today is a fair amount of fertilizer. We've got solid fertilizer, big bags. I think we need we need a whole load of solid fertilizer. Now I'm gonna have to get, I think we need 9,000 liters of this. So that's 8,000 liters. That is gonna cost us 15,000 to do that. We are going to buy that. Yes. Okay. So that takes us down to 7,000 left. That will get us started though today. So let's have a look out here, and there we go. We've got our fertilizer big bags there, and we've got our new little tractor here. I'm actually going to leave this up here for now. There's I need to get a sprayer to go with it in order for us to do the vines. So let's get everything loaded up, and that's why we have this Manitou up here belonging to the shop, and it should be able to pick up these big bags. This is why we got the bigger Manitou and not the smaller forklift. This one can actually pick up and load up big bags, whereas the smaller one struggles to do that. This is a bit side or loaded up to one side, which isn't perfect. But that is all on. Right, so we'll strap this down. We'll head back down to the farm, and we can start getting the bags loaded up. First, I think we'll get the seeder going, though, with a hired worker, and get that job started. So to get the seeder going, what we want to do is hook up the John Deere here. Somebody did suggest that I sold my truck that we've got there, which I can see their reasoning for that. It is not doing very much here. Can we do sorghum with this? We can't plant sorghum with this. I don't need a seeder. I need a planter, don't I? Oh, wow. There's lots here. that's very expensive. And I think we're going to have to go as cheap as we can and just lease it for this time. That will cost us 2,524. Yes, so we'll go with the Amazon. We'll lease that. And that will then do us for planting for this year. And we'll have to see if we can replace with something else. We are down to just 4,673. So as soon as I get back, in fact, no, while we're up here, let's have a look at our options for contracts. We could do with something paying pretty well. So I am going to take this contract and borrow the items for it on 35. We will then also take 77's weeding contract. And we will also take 15's weeding contract. Okay. We can just send this around the map. Hopefully it'll be able to navigate itself. And then we'll end up with a nice little income from that will start to get us back to where we were. And now we want to set this tractor doing field work, and we'll start it on 35. So I'm hoping if I go with that corner there and start job, we'll have no problem getting there and getting to work. It seems like most of what you use the seeder for plants before winter, and most of what you use the planter for plants after winter, which can be a little bit annoying. You kind of need both a seeder and a planter to get a good mix of crops. Either that, or you need to have 2 harvesters or 2 headers in order to make it work properly. My seeder does not want to fill up though, so I think I'm going to have to get the forks on there and get that done. So we're going to load all of this up down this end here. We've got this, and we've got the and we're going to this to get loaded up as well. So plenty to load up and get moving. Really need to get moving though, because it is already 10 in the morning, and we are nowhere near starting any of the work on our fields. Before I go any further, there is something we need to check. Will this destroy crop? No, we're good. We're gonna be all right. I'm very worried about that then. So the actual fertilizer on these shouldn't be too difficult to do. Let's open up. So is that fertilizer there? Will this load? There we go. That's loading in. Perfect. I think I'm going to rearrange my storage a little bit. I think that things like seeds and fertilizer and things we probably want near the in the other end, and then we can put all bales in this shed over here. There is space. Did I lose? Oh no, I lost a couple of... Oh dear. I lost a couple of those into the storage then. Let's get this loaded up, and we'll put the rest into our spreader. Is that going to go into there? Whoa. No. So will that go into the back? Why won't this load up with the fertilizer? Oh, because it goes... I know why. It doesn't go in the top. It goes in the actual back. So if I move this to here and we jump into this, we should be able to fill that there. Let's bring that back. I don't think this will take more than 2,000 litres of this. I'm hoping that what we've purchased here is going to be enough to cover everything, because at the moment I'm just not sure how much more money we can put into this here. There we go. That has done that. So let's get the rest of these, and yeah, future time I need to get this so that we can... Do I have lime? Oh, I have lime in here. Let's unload the lime, and then we can load in the fertilizer. Perfect. Then we're gonna need a sprayer though for later, because at the moment we don't have the ability to get on there and spread stuff once the crop is more grown. With that doing and finishing off though, what we can do now is take this and we will set this to do some hired to go with the hired worker. So my tractor is over here like that. Create job, field work at that point there, and I'm intrigued to see if it's going to use the roads that I've put in. Yeah, looks like it. Looks like that's exactly what it's going to do. Heading off to use the roads there. And our contract on 35 is done, so we're going to create a job. We're going to send it up to here. I think the best location, yeah, it's just slightly off the dirt track. That's where I want to do. And so we'll send that off, and that should now be heading off to do that. Looks like it's folding up and heading off. It's not telling me it can't get there, so that's good news. And I don't want to complete the contract that's on, or that's just finished, because of course that was the one that gave us the equipment for that job. Meanwhile, we're gonna jump in this and get onto this field here. We shouldn't end up destroying any crop with this, which we're not. This is the oats, isn't it? This is oats, yes. So fully expecting this to be fine. It is the wheat that I'm more worried about. Oh, wow, look at the shape of that. So steering assist, okay. Let's bring this up here. There. And away we go. We'll see if we can cover all of this field. I'm not going around the... I'm not going to go around the island for now. We'll head this side of it. Yeah, like so. And just go round like that. That makes much more sense. Fertilizer isn't going down very fast, which is very good news. It should mean that we have plenty on here. Might mean we need to get a different spreader later on. So we'll see how that works out. At the moment, I think our spread is fairly good. I will have a look at how well we've actually covered this headland on the once we get to the end of it. I'm a little concerned I might not have got into the corners, so we'll see how that works. But for the most part, this is working very well. And we reached the corner. Yeah, we have. There we go. This automatic turn off of the lines is really nice. Although sometimes I'm not quite used to it yet, so I end up getting a little bit worried that maybe I haven't covered everything. Oh, look at that. That is doing absolutely fantastic. Although it's left a strip there. Where is this one? I know that one is getting on with that job fine as well. As for us on here, yeah, we've missed a couple of spots in the corners. We're pretty well done here, though, so I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, that is a good enough coverage for now for me. We just need to get into the main body of the field, which should be easy enough to do. There and on. And then I might go round and try and sort those corners out. Oh, and this bit here, this is going to be very messy. We need to come in, do here, go down the side here, and then basically we come back up this way here. No, not that one. That one. Turn that on. Do round the side here. And then when we reach the end, we come here, we wind a little bit to get the extra coverage, and then across. And I think that should have sorted things. Stop that there. Yeah, that's not bad. Oh, it's the way these move. Sometimes you end up with not quite the coverage you expect. Final row, and we're doing really well. 68% of the spreader is left, so we're gonna have absolutely, well, we're easily gonna have enough to get this whole field done. I did go back down the bottom corner and just put a little bit of extra in the corners just to cover things. We're gonna do the same down here, so bring round and do that. We'll go and do the same to this bottom corner here, and you can see the coverage. Oh, I've missed a little bit there actually. Don't like driving all over the crop like this, but in order to make sure we cover everything, it's kind of required. If I took a little bit more time, a little bit more care and attention on my field and backed up in the corners and everything, I wouldn't need to do this. So maybe that's the answer. A little bit more haste and a little bit less speed on everything would mean that everything ends up being that little bit better covered, and I don't have to keep going all over the field repairing my mistakes. Speaking of repairing my mistakes, I missed an entire row here, so we'll just come back in and grab that. Yeah, a little bit annoying I missed that, but we have cleared it up, and this field now should be pretty well done. Yeah, there's a spot there I think I can go back and do, but otherwise it's time to move on to the wheat and see if it will actually get covered. So while the oats were only planted last month, the wheat was planted in December. Oh no, the end of last year. Is this? Yes, look at that. Oh no, reverse it off, yeah. So this is going to be a little bit more trouble. We are going to destroy crop if we go on there. I can put care wheels on the Valtra. I cannot put them on the Breedle spreader, which is very, very annoying. Now the question I've got is how much lime do I need to still spread on this farm? We know that this field is going to require lime next year, but it is the only one. So I think, looking at this, to actually lease this spreader, that is going to cost me not as much. Yeah, so to lease this is going to cost just under 3,000. So I could do that. If I can sell my current one of these for 25,000, then I can get. Oh, I can easily get. I could get the axis. We could get the axis, and that would be brilliant. So, oh, and that spreads lime. No, we want to sell this and get the Coon axis then. That just basically answers all of my questions. What it does mean, though, is the time that we spent loading this up, it's turned out to be fairly pointless, because we're about to completely unload it so that we can go and get ourselves a spreader that will allow us to get all of our fields done, and in fact will also help us further along too. I'm kind of wondering, can I use a solid fertilizer spreader on grapes? I know this tractor will fit between my grape rows, and the piece of kit we're looking at getting isn't any wider than the tractor. So can I fertilize my grapes with this with the bit of kit I'm about to get? I think I probably can. Right, we want to repair this for £8, and then we want to sell it for 30. Perfect. Oh, actually, we repaint it first, and we'll sell it for 33. Even better. So let's sell that. Yes. Okay. First thing I need to do then is on the Valtra, we want to get some care wheels like so. There we go. Narrow tires on that. Looks pretty good. So we will customize that for 1,000. Spot on. Does this, we might as well repair this while we're down here as well. And then I want to pop into the shop and grab myself a fertilizer spreader. And as I said, we're going to go with this. It's going to probably cost us a little bit more because what I'm going to do is take it up to the full amount. That has capacity of 3,200 liters, which we're going to need if we're going to be doing any work with the lime with it. Transport wheels, I kind of like. Anti-mud guards. We actually have the money at the moment to be able to get this up to full size. Oh, wow, this we can put a trailer hitch on this, but we're not going to at the moment. Yes to the cover. Do you know what? We can set it to whatever color we like, but I'm going to go with the standard colors on this. So 20,900. Removing the transport wheels and the anti-mud guards isn't going to make a massive dent in that, so we will buy this. Yes, so that's 10,000 that we've made doing that, and that's over there. Oh, one thing I am going to need if I'm putting that on the back is we're going to need a weight. So let's grab ourselves a weight. I think I might go with this one. Good offset, and that will work very well. Oh, wow, we can put, yeah, we can add extra weight to this. So, yeah, we'll do this. So we will buy that as well for 2,100. Still means we've made 8,000 on that spreader, and we've got something we can do the rest of our fields with. Our contractor has stopped again, so we're going to send them off to the final job here, which is here, field 15. Is there a dirt track? Yes, there is. So as always, we try and send it down to the dirt track. So we'll send that off there, and we can now complete the weeding contract. Yeah, least cost. So this is the one we want to collect on. 3,662. We'll collect on that. And then we'll see if there's any more weeding. No. And there's one more hoeing contract, which is not worth a lot of money, but we might as well accept it and do it anyway. And there we go. So we can get that done too. And that will offset the cost of leasing this equipment a little bit too. Now I just need to refill our spreader so that we're able to get the field of wheat done, which should be easy enough. We're going to have to do it twice, and we will go down the route of solid fertilizer now. So my plan long term is probably to treat the fields with some slurry or some manure before we plant them, and then after that we'll turn around and do some we'll put some solid fertilizer on post seeding. It's a tried and true method. It means we don't have to get a sprayer, and if we're doing weeding ourselves, I think did we get a hoe? Did I actually get a hoe? I can't remember if I did, but even if I didn't, eventually I think a hoe is the way I want to go. There wasn't much in that one, and we still have space in this spreader. There's quite a lot of fertilizer gone into this, considering how much the bigger one took. So very, very happy with how much is going in here, and we should be able to get the lime spread with this without too much hassle. Right, so let's lift that up, close that up, and we'll go down to the field here, and we'll get this spread. And yeah, then our wheat will be sorted. We've got quite a bit of work still to do to get these fields where I want them. Steering assist. Oh wow, that is quite a wide spread this has as well. That is an insanely wide spread. Right, so we're going to take a little bit more care with this one. Bring it over here into this row. And round we go. And yeah, there isn't going to be much that this doesn't cover on its route. Really isn't. Yeah, gone round the field fairly quickly, and the way I've been doing it is going right up to the edge here on the row, turning it off, then backing around to get ourselves there, setting it up, and away we go. And I'm hoping that means that we are going to just have a full coverage across this whole field. We have not used much at all on this, really haven't, which doesn't surprise me. These are not massive fields, and I'm thinking in future I might just reduce the spreading width on this, because this does have, yeah, I can do a partial width spread on here, which would probably have worked better for me. What I want to go and do, though, we have plenty of time. So once I've checked that we have got the whole field covered, which we have, that worked really well. I want to go and test this over on 124. See if we can actually do our vines with this as well, because if we can, that is going to save us some cost. I might also see if I can relay this road, because at the moment it's mud. And that's not great. As you can see, we're sinking into it. I want more like a farm track on it. So that needs to be sorted too. Our planter seems to be doing really well. So that's good news. Right. How wide? I think we want to cut ourselves right down in size. So change the... work width is Control Z on this. We'll take it right down to 15 meters. Hoping that we'll be able to go between these rows with this. So the tractor I know fits. I've got the tractor to fit. Oh, and the spreader just fits. Right, okay. So this is going to cover 5 rows, which is what I was hoping. And is that working? We'll find out in a moment. I'm hoping that's working. Whoa, and not into the river. Back it out. I think we might have to come from the other end. Yeah, that's worked. It's not done the very edge, but yeah, that's basically covered 5 rows. That's brilliant. So 1, 2, I think we want to head into here. Our front wheels are slightly shiny because they went into the river. Oh, and yeah, need to make sure that I get in the middle of the rows, because otherwise I do catch the edges. But that's true of anything you bring into here. But I'm pleased. This is great. This is a wonderful way for me to be able to get my vines fertilized without having to buy myself another sprayer. Although I've missed it. Yeah. Getting the right row, that is going to be the trick. Right. I'm going to guess again down here, and I'll have to clean up later, I think. Oh, wow. Yeah, getting this tractor down here, you've got to be very precise. In fact, in cab might be easier. Stick that down the middle. Much better. Much better. Look at that. Straight down the middle. Thread the eye of the needle. And we're looking good. Just cleaning up the last little bit, and we've got a whole load of rain coming down now, which is not great, but at least we've got the job done. And yeah, so it's a bit patchy because it started off patchy, so we know that we got to go through and fix that later. Otherwise, brilliant. That has got that all done. Looks like our planter will be finished up in the near future as well, so that's great news. Yeah, all of our dirt tracks tend to get a little bit muddy and a little bit deeper here, so I want to go and sort this, because this track here will just get worse in this kind of weather. So a better road surface is definitely needed. And, oh, our contract, I think we've got one last field to get done. So I might go and do that myself, seeing as we're now finished with this spreader for the day. Yeah, there we go. This is done in this field. The last field for this today is quite small and is just the other side of the river. Yeah, we can just head up here, cross the bridge and get this done. Hopefully the rain isn't going to last too long. And we'll be able to not sink into the ground too much. I am hopefully looking forward to the release of the mud mod at some point. I think that coupled with the new ground deformation will be amazing. So we'll open this up. We're not going to use a hired worker. We'll unfold that. Yeah, get this field done ourselves. And finish it off. Busy day today, but we have got a lot done. And in fact, don't think we're going to have to go a second day into April. I think we can probably move on to May because, yeah, we've pretty much got done everything we want to. Only reason to stay in April would be to grab ourselves a second day of contracting. But I'm trying to avoid that. I'm trying to do too much, trying to avoid doing too much where it's just a contract. I'd much rather have contracting going on in the background with some hired workers, earning us essentially a little bit of passive income the whole time, rather than doing contracts and not working on my own farm. I think it's much more interesting for me to be working on my own farm and have the contracting stuff just going on in the background, earning the extra cash. And this row should finish things up like that. Oh, really? This field is so small that missing even the smallest section means that you don't catch the whole field. And on one like this, where I can't 100% tell, it's quite difficult, although I think it's likely this corner where I cut the corner. Oh wow, I only had to place it down. But there we go. That should be all of our contracts completed for the day. So let's collect on those three. I don't think there are any more. Oh, there is a weeding contract actually, but we are at the end of the day, and I'm not going to take that on now. That would have been good, but yeah, we are not there. So let's collect on the contracts we have. So collect on that one and our final one. That tractor is now gone. We're up to 23,344. Our planter has finished as well, so we'll get this back to the farm. But overall, I think this has been a pretty successful day. We've got our fields planted. And well, ooh, one thing we are going to have to do, we've got a bit of damage here. I think looking at this field, we are going to have a bit to do in April, remaining in April. We need to fix these patches up. So I need to get those patches of hail damage fixed up. And we need to roll this field in. So we will have a second day of April. We'll get all of that sorted. Everything else is looking fine. But yeah, this field needs fixing. And we might see, oh, it's not quite ready to cut yet. I was hoping that was going to be ready to cut. But yeah, we need to fix this. So we will be holding on to this for a little bit longer, doing some repairs and getting some rolling done, which is annoying because that means I need to undo some of the work that's been done today to get that fixed. And yeah, it's going to delay us moving into May. So we'll see what happens and we'll go from there. For now, though, everything's done today and all I've got left is to clear up this mess I've made. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.